In my last video, we explored CSS only SVG line animations and you had questions. Today I am tackling one of your requests. This video is unfiltered with mistakes, trial and error. Let's dive in. Amazing video. Could you please create a section featuring SVG line animation? In this section, there should be a line connected to card that moves downwards and attaches to other cards. A circle should move along the line, and when the circle reaches a card, the card should become active. The cards below should have a low opacity until the circle reaches them. You can implement in React.js or CSS. Does not matter. I'll only use HTML and CSS for this. What I did is I created this basic skeleton. This is basic HTML. This creating cards having a low opacity. Here, as you can see, opacity 0.3, and this is the line with circle. Now, what I want is that this line should actually go up here and then come down. And as this circle touches this card should become active. So let's first position this particular line on top of the cards. For that, I will use position absolute and top minus 8 rm so that it starts from here. Otherwise, it will start from here. And then z index minus 1. If I uncomment it, it will come on top of the card, which we don't want. We want line to be behind the cards. As of now, you are seeing this like this because the cards have low opacity. Once cards become fully active, the line will hide. Okay, so this is perfect setup. Now let's see the important aspect. So what is our first thing? The first thing is to reveal the cards. Okay, so we will go step by step. Let's just hide initially, give the low opacity to the cards. So we'll begin with our first animation, which is revealing the cards. So for that, I wrote this keyframe, a reveal card, which will just do opacity 1 because initially everything has opacity 0.3, right? So let's just write this animation. I'll write it for the first card initially. So we'll say animation 0.5 second. Sorry, name we have to give. Reveal card 0.5 second, forward, linear, whatever is you want to give. So as you can see, this revealing the card, this particular animation work. You can give it for all the cards. We have to do it separately because as soon as the circle moves, we have to match the card reveal. Hence, I have given differently. So this animation works, right? This is our first step. Now we have to animate the line and move the circle. That is our next. For that, I have already explained how line animation works, circle move around and everything. Please check that particular video. I will link somewhere. I'm not going to explain everything from the beginning. So let's do one thing. I'll just copy paste the code from the previous video. So I pasted the code. And as you can see, this line started to move. And what I did actually is created this line animation, say from stroke dash offset 1 to stroke dash offset 0. Attach this animation to this line. Line running is the class for this particular line and has a stroke dash array dash offset. So the line is running as you have seen. Let's just refresh and check once again. Okay, sorry. I'll just change the behavior. So this will give us a run button. So we can run and everything will run again. Okay, so yeah. This is nice. Now, same thing with the circle. Let's attach the everything for the circle. The circle has a class which is moving circle. Same, I copy pasted the code and this is how it is. You can see the detail in that particular video. I added transform box fill box to make it the center, and also the offset path is this path value, which actually we took this path value and then added a move animation, okay, which runs linearly and the circle should move. Let's see. Yeah, the circle is moving, line is moving. This is perfect. Now what we need to do is we need to sync all of these things. So in order to sync, we need to use a scroll. So first of all, let's attach a scroll to this line. Okay, so let's go here, animation timeline. Okay, animation timeline scroll we added, and what we want, and we are adding this in the line running. Okay, so first we will make sure that our line is running on the scroll. So I will give two values, animation range start, say 2%. I'm just giving a random value as of now, animation range, and say 50%. Okay, so this is how I am giving this value to attach this line animation. Animation timeline scroll line running. Why it's not working? Now it's working again. Circle went just like that, and since I have given scroll only for the line, it's working separately and there is not much scroll to do. It's going fast, which is fine. Now what we'll do is I'll just use the same values to the moving circle so that they both run parallelly, like at the same time. We will sync everything together lately. See, now it's fine. The circle is moving along with the line and on scroll, which is fine. Let's sync this circle and card reveal together, right? So as you have seen here, I have used these values: scroll, range, start, range, end. Okay. Now we have to, what we have to do is like, we are going to modify these value, of course, but what we want is the value where this scroll bar reaches this position. Like, what is the range start value here for line and the circle, which is actually the same. So what is the value for this? And that value, we have to use it in our card reveal, the first card reveal. Okay. So for now, what I'm doing is just copying the same thing for the first card, which is this one. So what we are saying is run this animation, but on scroll and with these values. Okay. So now let's and here, since it will be like a very quick one, the and range will not be this big. Okay. So I'm just giving 3 for now. And now let's just figure out a correct value. So for that, I'm going to use the debug mode of this, because the extension which we use to debug these animation, the scroll based animations, only work in a debug mode because that does not use the iframes. Okay, so here, as you can see, scroll driven animation. This is an extension. I have already talked about this in the other video. This you can see to debug these animations. Sorry, we can go to container, and what we want is the value of the card. Okay, so I'm clicking on the card. So this becomes active, and whatever you will see over here will be related to this. Now edit values. As you can see, 2 and 3, we have given animation range start and range end. Now I slowly move it, okay? Very fast. So, oops. So this becomes very quick. It should have some depth that will be able to scroll. So I'll just increase this. We have more space to scroll. Okay. So as you can see, it comes here, 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 and you can see this starts getting active. Okay, which we don't want because circle has not reached yet, and this is already active because we have given 2%, which means that this value is 2%, which we don't want. We wanted something more because we want our circle to reach here. And why my circle is not working? Sorry. The circle is not moving still. So let's see what can be done. This is a line. Let's see. Okay, so my guess is that it has this and range 50, right? So it's not proper. Let's increase this and range to maybe 100. Let's see. I think it should work. And start range is 2 and range is 100%. Why is not working? Oh, no 100% because it will be very big. We have to reduce it so that it finishes soon. Yeah. So this is how it is working now. As we have seen, for now 20 is fine. Like we started and circle is moving. If we want a little faster, maybe 15. Let's just check with this value whether it's work. It's always a trial and error thing when it comes to the values, and this is what is most important thing in this animation, that you have to figure out these values, match it with different animations, and so everything will be in sync, right? So yeah. So here, as you seen, this line is working. Now the same values required for the circle as well. So let's change for circle. It's fine. So now I have to refresh. So now if I move, circle is also moving. And as we have to figure out what is this value, as soon as this circle touches like here, we need to figure out what is this value. And then only we will start the reveal of this card animation. So here, as you can see, I'm not sure like whether these values will help, but as you can see 0.04, and I'm assuming this around this only we have to figure out our value for the first card. So let's see, 0.4. Initially, I have given 2%, right? That's the reason it is already start. 3 is also like already revealed in 3%. Let's see in 4%. What happens? This is 0.46, 4.6 around. So, sorry, this also should change. Let's say it's 5. So here, as you can see, this is completely off. And then as this, and you can even make a little little bit less, which is say 4.5. So it comes here and then it touches it and then this goes like that. We have to figure out value. Now this range will define how quickly you want to reveal the animation. I'm just keeping a 4.5 percentage gap in this. So let's just note down these values here. And this will be the end child one. So I'm giving 4.5 and 5, right? That's how we sync these animations. Now I refreshed. Let's try again. Scroll, 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 scroll as soon as it touches. Let's this thing. If you want even more accurate, then go deeper, give points, values, and things like that. But yeah, and now if you come here, just touch, okay, and see this value. I'm just taking the reference from this value in order to figure out what value actually works. And you have to select this particular card because we want this card to work. The values for this particular card, right? So and yeah, so no, but the selection should be the line animation. Sorry, my bad. So we have selected the line. This is the value because line is already moving, and the values. These are the values where scroll bar is scroll timeline in a scroll timeline. So here it says 0.095. Just divide by 100, so it will become 9.5. So I will give 9.5 and this should be bigger. I'm keeping a 0.5 difference, so I'm giving 10, right? Oh, sorry. So you have to see the values here, but then the change of values which you will do, it will be for the card. Why am I doing so many mistakes? And this is what happens, a bit confusing, but still this tool is very, very useful. Otherwise, it will be a nightmare to figure out how things are working. Okay. So let's just change values here. So this is card 2. Oh, I haven't given any scroll for the second card. That's the reason I was not seeing the edit value option. My bad. So you can see 9.5, 10.5. Okay. And I'll tell you what I was missing over there. So for example, let's give the same value to the third card. Okay. So yeah. So this scrolls. We need a third card. I had to refresh, I think. So as you can see, now this is a third card and we are able to see the edit values. Oh, this was a difference. My bad. This happens quite a lot with me as well. So yeah. So as you can see, 9.5 is the value for second. I think it can be a little less like here. As soon as it comes here, it starts. And I think it should be a little quick, right? It's taking time and I'm seeing that transparency, which I don't want. And so what I like is that let's reduce this gap. So here it is, we have given 4.5. Let's say it just quickly reveals it. So I'm giving 4.6. So this can be 9.6. Okay. And these values anyway, we have to finalize. So I'm keeping it as it is. Refresh. Yeah. See, it quickly reveals. It looks better than the halfway. Yeah. So we have to figure out the value for card 3. And here, as you can see, 0.15. So let's say 15.5. So 15.5 and this will be 15.6. Yeah. So till here, it didn't get it. So we have to really go close. No. Yeah. This value. So this value is actually 14.42. So this will be 14.42, 14.5 say. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, this is how it works. Let's just put these values 14.4, 14.4 and 14.5. This is how it works. That's how you can, turn this. You can create this kind of animation as it touches this. Reveals. It can be long, short, and also can be varied. The idea here is that you have to with the scroll, if you want to do multiple animations, you have to sync. You need a lot of trial and error to figure out, okay, if the scroll is here, what all things we want to reveal or show, do different kind of stuff. So that is a little tricky, but this tool, this scroll driven animation, this extension is pretty useful. I hope I have answered your question. People who have not watched this video, please do watch it. I have explained how this line animation works.